Hi, my name is Tess Poulos, and this is the 2022 Senior Reflections. Today I have Elise DeBain here with me, and she's going to be answering a few questions of mine. So Elise, what made you join media in the first place?
I remember that freshman year I had 2 or 3 friends who were in media, and it was really cool because they got to go to they got to move from the freshman campus to the main campus. So sophomore year I decided to take it because I always had an interest in film and editing and such. So I decided that it would be an easy class for me to actually enjoy instead of having to worry about schoolwork and stuff.
Right. What skills have you gained in media, and do you think those are going to apply to your life outside of school?
I think I've learned a lot of skills about teamwork and just leadership skills and working as a team, and how well I personally work in a group and how well I can lead groups, and what my strengths are in leadership and also group work. I think I've also learned camera skills, obviously, and editing skills,
right.
But I think more what will apply to my future in college and stuff is the teamwork skills and leadership skills I've learned.
Yeah. Have you been in media for 3 or 4 years?
I have been in media for 3 years.
3 years. What's been your favorite memories just throughout all your years here?
I know I have a lot of favorite projects. I remember Ella, Graham, and I did a really cool music video. It didn't turn out how we wanted it to, but it was a lot of fun to do. We got to walk around downtown Naperville. And it's more just the quality time I got to spend with some of my friends and classmates filming things, and rather than doing projects in a more traditional class. It's more just and Mr. G, I have a lot of good memories of Mr. G and his funny stories and stuff.
Yeah, and I know that there's a lot of projects that we do in this class, inside and outside. So what's some advice you would give to some of the younger media students?
I would say, I know I had kind of a weird high school experience because we were online for half of my sophomore year and junior year, but I never really learned the basics fully. So I would say learning the basics in Media 1 is very important. You don't think it's so important, but it's very important. And I would say knowing the ins and outs of Final Cut Pro, but I would also say my advice would be just listen to your classmates. It's a group class kind of more than individual work. As much as it is fun to do individual projects and do your own ideas, the whole idea is to work with your classmates. So I would say be able to work with your classmates and be able to work in a group, but also do what you want. Don't let people push you around and get the projects done that you want to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just being able to collaborate with your students in the class, and it's a really fun class.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Do you plan on doing anything media or steering away?
I'm not going into media. I'm going to Illinois State for nursing, but I do plan on keeping media as kind of a hobby, maybe joining clubs or just doing photography or editing films on the side, just as a hobby.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Thank you so much for coming in today, and good luck in your future.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Sara Marston, and welcome back to the 2022 Senior Reflections. Today I'm here with Chris Hall, and I'm going to be asking you a few questions about your time here in the Neuqua Media department. So, what made you want to join media?
So when I was a freshman and I was watching Wildcat Weekly, I noticed how well done it was, and I wanted to see how they made it and stuff, so I signed up for Media 1.
Yeah. So what skills have you learned in media that can help you in the future?
I have definitely gotten a lot better with group projects and communicating with people and things like that.
For sure. So have you been in media for 3 or 4 years?
I have been in media for 3 years.
Cool.
I took Media 1, then I did journalism, broadcast journalism, and now I'm in production.
Nice. So you've been in media for quite some time. So what have been some of your favorite memories from your time here?
My favorite memory from my time here has definitely been working on Spirit Week. It was really fun to come up with an idea and then script it and do stuff like that. I really enjoyed that.
For sure. What advice would you give to younger media students?
Have fun, definitely, but you really it takes a little bit to get, it's a lot to learn, and it takes a little bit of time, so be patient.
For sure. What's next for you? Do you have any plans to continue doing media-related things like in college and stuff like that?
I am majoring in supply chain at the University of Dayton, but I am minoring in production.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much.
Hi, welcome back to Senior Reflections 2022. I'm Molly Mallett, and I'm here with Ashley Robinson to talk to her about her media experience. Thank you for joining us.
Of course, I'm so excited.
All right, so first of all, what made you want to join media in the first place?
So basically what made me want to join media was because I have a friend, Missy Rambissoon. She's also a senior this year. She took it freshman year and I did not. And I would hear from her every day about like all of the projects that she was doing, and I would see the work she was doing. And she told me, you have to take it next year. So I was like, all right, cool. And I have absolutely loved it. And I honestly like regret not doing it freshman year because it's just such an awesome experience.
Wow, that's so great. Have you learned any skills in these classes that will help you in the future?
Yes, definitely. So for me, one of the biggest things was working with other people. I think this class really helps with that because you get to hear so many different ideas and put it together into a project. So I think that collaboration has really been great, and that's going to help me a lot in the future.
That's amazing. You've been in this class for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
What have been some of your favorite memories?
All right, so some of my favorite memories, I would say for Wildcat Weekly is just like all of the interviews I've gotten to do with people. I think that's been really cool, a lot of experiences that I otherwise wouldn't get. And then also just with the media department as a whole, like working live events. Last year I did graduation, I've done some sporting events like basketball and swim, and those have just been like really cool because it feels like just like real stuff that I'm going to do in the future. And that's just really been an awesome experience.
Definitely. Do you have any advice for younger media students?
Yeah, so my advice would be just to take the opportunities that you get. Joining like Neuqua Media gives you so many different opportunities, and if you take advantage of those, you're gonna love it, and it's gonna be really cool because you'll be able to try a lot of different new things that you wouldn't get to do outside of the media department.
All right, amazing advice. Do you have anything next for you in the media department in the future?
Yeah, so I'm going to be attending George Washington University and studying journalism there at their School of Media and Public Affairs. So I'm really excited about that, and eventually I want to be a reporter.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much for joining me, Ashley.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Henry Golden. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good. I'm just going to ask you a few questions just regarding your senior year and just what it's been like to be in the media department. So what made you join media in the first place?
Well, my sister took Wildcat Weekly and really loved it, and so I knew the program like existed, and then like for a long time I've wanted to go into film after high school, and since like the program's here, I signed up.
Yeah. What skills have you learned in media and how they may apply in your future?
I think like organization and like how to manage big projects and not like big projects in the sense with like a ton of work, but more of like a lot of scheduling and a lot of just pre-planning. I think like I've had a lot of practice doing that, and also a lot of like technology, like editing programs and stuff like that. I think I'm going to carry with me.
Yeah. So are you a third year or 4 year?
I am a fourth year.
A fourth year?
Yeah, I took it freshman. Yeah.
Congrats. It's a long way.
Yep.
What has been your just favorite memories throughout your 4 years here?
I think probably one of the best memories from like in class was once freshman year we were watching like somebody's project and it was terrible, and like we were all dying laughing, and Mr. G he just stands up and he kicks a trash can. So that was pretty good, but yeah, no, I just love doing the projects, and like a lot of the group work has been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because you've been in the program in media for so long, do you have any advice that you'd give to some incoming media students?
Yeah, I'd say don't procrastinate, because that'll get you. And make sure that like you follow your plan. Like I had a lot of projects early on where I'd like plan it out, and then like I'd start scheduling and I'd just bail and change it. And so
Right.
I'd say just stick to your guns and go with your plan.
Yeah. So what's next for you? Any plans for the future, maybe including media?
Yeah, so I'm going to Columbia College in Chicago, and there I'll be studying film and maybe animation. And after that, I hope to, like a dream would be working for like PBS Kids, because I just love those shows.
Yeah.
And maybe after that, like directing or doing some cinematography. But yeah, definitely working in the media field.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming out today, and good luck.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm back here with Brooke Miller, and I'm going to be asking her some questions about her time here in the media department. So, what made you want to join media?
Well, actually, at first, I wanted to be in Wildcat Weekly, and so I got there in the freshman, and it was the elective fair, I think, and Mr. G was there and was like, everybody come join, this is what you need to do for Wildcat Weekly, and then I realized when we were doing media, I wanted to stay in production, so I ended up here.
Nice. What skills have you learned throughout your media journey that can help you in the future?
Probably a lot of time management, also working with people, and also kind of just like media skills, like working with cameras, like the obvious, the stuff that you get from taking the class. But I think a lot of it is knowing how to manage your time and making sure you plan for things and organizing, because that's really important when big projects are due or you need to get projects turned in time. So that and working with people to get the stuff done has taught me a lot.
Have you been in media for 3 or 4 years?
I've been in media for 3 years.
Nice. So you've been here for quite some time. So what have been some of your favorite memories?
I think that probably some of my favorite memories happened in Media One. That was like the start of like learning everything, and it was kind of new and a little bit like exciting because we got to work with these like expensive cameras, all that stuff. So I think that Media One was really fun and different projects that we did, and then the Locked In project that we did in the beginning of the year was fun too, because we got to act and kind of interact with people outside of the media department, which you don't get to do a lot, so I thought that was fun.
What advice would you give some younger media students?
Probably just have fun and work with what you're good at when it comes to this class. I know there's people in this class who are really good at graphic design, people in this class who are good at filming documentaries or music videos or acting. So I think just kind of focus on what you're interested in and what you feel most confident in creating, and then your project is going to turn out really well if you're passionate about it.
For sure. What's next for you? Do you have any plans to continue doing media things in college or?
Well, I'm going into journalism, so or broadcast journalism. So I actually might be on the media side of things, or behind the camera, kind of in production or something like that. So I kind of want to maybe go with the news route or kind of stay on the writer side of things with journalism. But I guess that all kind of has to do with media and different types of media. So
For sure.
I am staying in media, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me.
And thank you for having me.
I'm here with Delaney Salzer to talk about her Neuqua Media experience. All right, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, first question. What made you join media in the first place?
Well, I've always been really into video making, like Video Star, which is like a music video app that you can make stupid little music videos on, was like my entire childhood. But when I realized that like I wanted to take it a little more seriously and like maybe I even had like a talent for it, is when we would go on like family vacations and I had a GoPro and I would just like film like every activity we did and like sightseeing type stuff, and then I would like compile it into a video and sound edit to music, and like that process was just like so fun. And when I realized there was like a class at school that I could take that would like do just that, I was like, sign me up, I'm down.
That's so cool. So now that you've taken the classes, have you learned anything new that can help you in the future?
Oh yeah, there's so many useful skills I feel like I learned in this class. Like time management is a huge thing. Like Mr. G gives us like 3-4 weeks to do a project, and you can't wait till the night before because it won't get done. So just managing your time and also like planning, like as you get more into like complex projects, like you have to, find actors, find props, and those things like take time and take planning. and also just like organization, like making sure you have all your ducks in a row for your projects, and making sure everything gets done on time is super important.
All right, and how many years have you been in the media department?
3.
All right, and from all of those years, what's been your favorite memory?
I mean, this class, like most of us have been together since sophomore year, and so there's not many like classes at Neuqua where you can say like you've been with the same class, the same people, the same teacher for 3-4 years. So I think all of us have just gotten to know each other so well through watching each other's projects and working together. It's like just a really fun group hangout every single day when we come to media. So just like getting to know everyone in this class and just appreciating each other's work is just something I'll cherish forever.
Oh, that's amazing. And what advice would you give to younger media students?
I would say just like put in effort, even if you're not going into media in the future. Like just try, like don't slack off. And it's, I might be a little bit biased, but it's really rewarding experience, like having an idea in your head and then having it like play out and seeing it like on the projector in the classroom or even like on one of the Macs. It's like a super unique experience to see like an idea in your head like just play out. So I would just say put in effort, or Mr. G will probably talk trash about you too, Production 3-4.
Definitely. And do you have any plans for media in the future? What's next for you?
Yeah, I'm going to DePaul University in Chicago in the fall, and I'm going to be majoring in film and TV. And hopefully after my first year, I'll pick a concentration in either direction or cinematography.
All right, thank you so much for joining me, Delaney.
Yep.
Welcome back. I'm here with Callie Tuma, and I'm going to be asking her a few questions about her time here in media. Thank you for joining me.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So, what made you want to join media?
So in middle school, I started creating like just fun videos from this vacation that I went on, and I bought like myself a GoPro, and after putting those videos together and filming all of that, I had a lot of fun with it, and then I did it for a swim meet that was an away meet, and after doing that, I realized that I was really interested and I liked doing this kind of stuff, so it kind of made me join media, and yeah.
For sure. What skills have you learned from this class that could help you in the future?
Just a lot. I'm majoring in this, so like I feel that, writing scripts, filming, learning the rules of what to do and what not to do, sound, and a bunch of other stuff, and stuff that I'll be able to grow on in the future.
Have you been in media for 3 or 4 years?
I started my sophomore year, so this is my 3rd year.
Nice. So you've been here for quite some time. So what have been some of your favorite memories?
Honestly, Media 1 was like my sophomore year before we went online. That was a lot of fun, just because we all had zero idea what we were doing. And so the projects, looking back on them, were so much fun. And then seeing some of the people that are now on the other side of media, remember doing projects with them and just our ideas that we used to have and them being completely just random and bad. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then also like having the days where you're just editing and you're able to just do whatever and you just edit and you're just talking with people, that's also a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. What advice would you give to younger media students?
Do projects that you wouldn't usually do. Like, I recently did the interview with a counselor, and I realized that it made me so nervous to do it, and so I got the opportunity to do this and have, like, a nice conversation. It was really good exposure being in front of the screen if it's something you never saw yourself doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
So I'll be majoring in media at Ball State, and I'll also be swimming there, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Up next, we have Michael Lee. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Today, I just have a couple questions to ask you about your years here at Neuqua. So first, it was just, how did you get introduced to media, and why did you join?
Well, in middle school, I did a lot of animation, and I knew in high school I wanted to take a class that was, similar to that, and I wanted to branch out and maybe try like videography and stuff like that. And I figured that this class would be like a good opportunity for that.
Yeah. What skills have you learned in this class, and how might they be used in your future?
I mainly learned how to sort of set up shoots with people and plan things out, And that's like really important because I was able to, learn the skill which helped me in my like photography business, which also helps in just like planning video shoots in general and just like planning things in general with people, not like just media stuff.
Right. And so you're a 4-year student in the media program. What's been some of your favorite memories here?
I'd have to say this year working on the commercial project because it doesn't happen like that often, but I was just able to sort of get my things done very smooth. Everything worked very smoothly, and it just like felt very satisfactory to see like my work like actually turn into something that I liked.
Yeah. So you've been in the program for so long, and you've learned a lot throughout all the years. What's some advice you'd give some of the younger media students?
Plan things ahead more. A lot of times you think you have enough time for something, but it catches up on you quick.
Right.
And you can't really tell like if maybe like someone you're working with like something comes up or something comes up with you. And it's always good to have like that headroom there.
Yeah. So what's next for you for your future? Do you have any plans or anything involving media?
I do. I'm actually hoping to grow my photography business a bit. I've gotten a lot more sales sort of outside of like this area, which is exciting. And I'm also going to school for computer science afterwards.
That's really great. Thank you so much for coming in, and good luck.
Thanks for having me.
Hi, welcome back. I'm here with Marsha Nagar, who is a production 3. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, what made you join media?
So, I joined media because I actually, funny story, I did YouTube when I was younger. I was one of those weird YouTube kids. And I used to, always film, stuff on my phone, little movies and stuff. And honestly, it was kind of just a hobby. But it kind of just, grew into something that I wanted to do. So I thought it would be cool to, take the class and, just kind of, grow my skill a little bit. So that's, kind of the reason I chose to do it.
Mm-hmm. So what skills have you learned in media that can help you in the future?
I've definitely improved my editing. And honestly, I think one of the biggest things that I've improved is, my storytelling. Because I, was not good at telling stories. If you were in middle school with me, my YouTube videos were, just really bad skits. And, they never really had, a good beginning and end. And I think, one of the big things about, the film industry is, especially if you're trying to go into it, is you have to have a good story. And I don't know, I just feel like I never knew how to do that until I got to this class because, like Mr. G and, Miss Trout, anytime I would edit a video, they would, come by and be like, oh, make sure the beginning, works with, the plot and make sure it has, a proper ending. And, I never really thought about those things until I, started media and, started a class. And, I just never knew, the little, things that go into, a production. And I didn't realize how important they were until, I had all these people who kind of wanted to do the same thing as me in the same room. So they were able to, show me their skills and, implement them into, what I want to do. For example, Ella Schwartz, I'm just going to throw her name out there. But she's, really good scriptwriter. And I had her, help me with my You Choose project because I know she would, develop a really good story. And if she did not help me, my story would not have been as good. And I just think it taught me that, you can't have all the strengths, but you can, just be surrounded by people that can help you, make your projects good.
Mm-hmm. So, as I mentioned earlier, you're in production 3. So, what have been some of your favorite memories from media?
Oh, okay. So, honestly, I feel like the, premiere days, where we watch the projects are, really fun. Because, everyone's just, laughing at, the funny videos and, I don't know. I feel like usually, filming days are kind of stressful. But, it's just fun because everyone's so stressed and, everyone's just, trying to get through it. And then once we get through it, it's just so, relaxing and fun to, watch the video that we made. So I honestly think the best memories that I have is, either having too much time to film and, making the most out of it or watching the videos in class with everyone, just, sharing a project.
For sure. So what advice would you give younger media students?
The advice that I'd give younger media students, okay, especially, so I made a music video called Dawn FM, and it's kind of a weird music video, but I would not have made that music video if I didn't if I cared what people thought. So I think my biggest advice is if you want to do something, just do it. I don't think it matters about if it's a weird idea. I just think that try something new. If you have a weird idea that you want to do, just do it. And I don't know, like I thought my music video was really weird, but a lot of people told me they thought it was cool and like new and interesting. And I just think that you should take your time and experiment and like try to come up with like original things that are like maybe seem stupid, but like it's just really fun and it's a learning process, I think.
So what's next for you? Do you plan on doing anything media related in the future?
Yes, I actually do plan on going into film, so I'm going to be majoring in film production and theater at University of Kentucky. Go Wildcats. I've been a Wildcat for like 4 years, and then I'm going to be a Wildcat again for another 4 years. So that's fun. But yeah, I'm planning to major in film, production, theater, so I kind of want to get into acting because I was like on the like school spirit week video. And I feel like my acting was bad, needs a little work, so now I'm going to go major in it, or minor in it. But yeah, I really want to, like, where I see myself, hopefully I'm at the Oscars in, like, 10 years. But yeah, for real. But yeah, I really just want to, like, build my experience and, like, grow as a storyteller. So yeah, I really do plan on continuing film and production for, like, the rest of my life, which is really exciting.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I'm here with Ella Schwartz to ask her about her experience in the media department. All right, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
All right, so first question, what made you join media in the first place?
What made me join media is that I've always had a passion for storytelling, and so I just knew that was something I wanted to keep with in my life.
All right, that's amazing. And what skills have you learned that can help you in the future?
The things I've learned in media are how to direct a team of people while also making it enjoyable for the people I'm directing, not to just boss them around.
Yeah. All right, and you've been in media for 3 or 4 years?
I've been in media for 3 years.
All right, and out of all of those years, what's been your favorite memory?
My favorite media memory, oh gosh.
It's a hard question.
I'm not really sure. I would say probably just getting to film in different places. Like we filmed in the costume loft of the building once, and that was really fun.
That is really cool, getting to see all different places and filming them. All right, and what advice would you give to newer media students?
I would give to newer media students to use all the equipment we have because we have a lot and you should definitely take advantage of it while you can.
All right, and what's next for you? Are you going to go into media in the future?
I'm going into screenwriting, so sort of media-ish, yes. So.
All right, that's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Aditi Patel. Welcome.
Hi.
I just have a couple questions to ask you just about your years here at Neuqua and in the media program. So what made you join the class?
The media program?
Yeah.
Well, I've always made videos as a little kid. I mean, every time we went on vacation, my parents would be like, can you edit this video for us? Like a video montage, and I guess it really got me into it.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, you should take Media 1, and I was like, yes, I'll take it. So yeah.
Yeah, so what skills have you learned in media, and how made those affect your future or use them?
I've definitely learned some like editing skills. I only used iMovie when I was little.
Right.
And then I was introduced to like Final Cut Pro and like some Adobe software. So yeah, some editing skills, and Mr. G kind of taught me how to use like JVC cameras, which are really fun to use.
Yeah, so are you a 3rd or 4th year student in media?
I'm a 3rd year student.
3rd year?
Yeah.
So what have been some of your favorite memories here?
I guess like the Spirit Week video that we made as a group, that was really fun. It was like our first like big group project, and I feel like we all really connected as like a media family group.
Right. So what's some advice that you'd give some of the younger students joining the media program?
Well, some advice I'd give is to just like, I don't know, never let someone like trash talk your work. I mean, if you're really proud of it, you be proud of it. And always be open to like learning new skills, you know?
Yeah. So what's next for you for the next couple years, or just your future in general?
Well, I'm going to UTD for marketing, and I will be minoring in film. So hopefully I might have like a future with media.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might be going into like media marketing, so yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Thank you so much for coming out, and good luck for your future.
Thank you.
Of course.
Welcome back. I'm here with Andrew Purnell, who is a production 3. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So what made you want to join media?
My older brother, he's a year older than me. He took Media 1 as a sophomore, so I started a year later than him. He said it was like his favorite class and that I should take it, so I started taking it.
Nice. So what skills have you learned in media that can help you in the future?
I think teamwork and like collaboration is a big skill I learned, because working with like a lot of the people, when like we don't get to choose groups, a lot of the people, like especially at the beginning, you didn't know. So working with them was, it was difficult at first, but then you start to like build those connections as you keep working with them.
Mm-hmm. So you've been in media for 3 years. So what are some of your favorite memories that you've had?
I think definitely Spirit Week was a really fun time. I think Media 1 overall was a lot of fun, just like the whole class as a whole. That was a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm. So what advice would you give to younger media students?
Definitely plan ahead for your projects, because a lot of times you think you have like a ton of time for a project, and then the due date like comes up, and then it's like the day it's due and you still haven't filmed, and then you start like stressing, and then you turn in late, and then it's not good.
Yeah. What's next for you? Do you plan on studying anything media related in the future?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna major in business in college and minor with something with media.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for coming and sharing about your time here at Neuqua Media.
Thank you.
I'm here with Mia Willis to talk about her Neuqua Media experience. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, thanks for having me. I'm excited that you're interviewing me.
Of course. All right, so first question, what made you join media in the first place?
So just like growing up as a kid, I made like really cringy like edits and videos. I started off on Vine, and I just moved to Instagram and I started making content. And when I found out at Neuqua in middle school that there was a class I could take where I would be editing and creating my own videos, I was like, sign me up.
All right, so much creativity, that's amazing. And what skills have you learned in this class that you can use in the future?
Definitely time management skills and like communication skills, because you really are like, with partner projects, you have to communicate some way or another. Like with the interviews, we'd have to email the person, and yeah.
All right.
Those two.
Mm-hmm. And you've been here for 3 or 4 years?
3.
And what has been your favorite memory throughout the whole time?
Probably like the premiere days where we were able to watch everyone's videos and you can see what you created being acknowledged and applauded.
Mm-hmm. And what advice would you give to younger media students?
Honestly, if you're debating, just do it. Like, have the creativity, do the weird stuff. It all pays back, because you don't really want to hop on the bandwagon and do everything that everyone else is doing. I think if you want to branch out and do stuff that you think is cool, do it.
Definitely, that's great advice. And what's next for you? Do you have anything in the media department that you're doing in the future?
No, I'm actually going into nursing at Illinois Wesleyan.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining
me.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Katarina Marzuki. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I just have a couple questions regarding your years here in media. So first up, what made you join the class in the first place?
Well, I had a family friend actually who was like in charge of the first media camp, and so I joined in my 8th grade and I decided to sign up.
Nice. So what skills have you learned in the media program, and how might those be used in your future?
Well, obviously I learned like filmmaking skills, so I feel like that would be useful for like maybe classes and jobs and like having a more well-rounded resume.
Yeah, so you're a 4th year student in the media program, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you've been here for so long. What have been some of your favorite memories?
Well, I feel like one really cool thing is going to like film fest, which like we don't really have in person anymore.
Right.
But like Silent Film Fest I got to go to, and it was really cool being able to see other people's works and seeing like live reactions to the works, and also like the location itself was really cool.
And you're a really well-experienced student in the media program. What's some advice that you'd give some of the younger students?
Do your projects on time, of course, and also like get involved if you can and if you have the chance. So yeah.
So what's next for you for your future?
Just going to college, like long term, trying to figure out what I want to do for a career and stuff. But besides that, like short term, just enjoying myself, trying to graduate, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a really exciting journey, I suppose, and it's going to be great. So thank you so much for coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Of course.
Welcome back. I'm here with Missy Rambissoon, who is a production 4. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
So, what made you want to join media?
It was actually a mix of my sister and Mr. G. My sister took it back when she was a freshman and spent the 4 years here. And she's like, you have to take this. And then Mr. G's like, you have to take this, so here I am.
Nice. So what are some skills that you've learned in media that will help you in the future?
I feel like I've learned a lot of communication skills. Before this, I was like really quiet. I didn't talk to a lot of people. I didn't work in groups very well, honestly, but now I feel like I am able to do that. I communicate with people a lot more.
Mm-hmm. So you've been in media for 4 years. So what have been some of your favorite memories?
I would say one of my favorite memories would be my sophomore year V show. It was the first time I worked on like a big production with people. I had an amazing crew, and it was a really fun learning experience.
Yeah, I bet. So what is some advice that you would give to younger media students?
For younger media students, I would say to not be afraid to talk to new people, get involved with whatever you can, experience all the events, and find what you really like to do.
So what's next for you? Do you plan on studying anything media related in the future?
Yes, so I am committed to Ball State University in Muncie, Indiana, and I will be studying video production.
Nice. Thank you so much for your time and sharing a little bit more about your time here in Neuqua Media.
Thank you.
I'm here with Shukaiyu to talk about his experience in the Neuqua Media department. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
All right, for the first question, what made you want to join Neuqua Media?
So, in freshman year, I had a friend. He took media that year, and I was complaining to him at the end of the year. I was saying I don't know what electives to pick next year, and then he said, "Oh, just take media. I'll wait for you, so we can take media together our junior year." So I took media 1 my sophomore year, and then proceeded up. The ironic thing is, I'm still here, and he's not taking media anymore.
Wow, that's a fun story. Do you have any skills that you've learned throughout your time here that you can use in the future?
So the most important skill I learned would be planning. I only learned this very recently, because normally I don't plan a lot of my stuff, and it has came back to bite me. But now I'm a lot better at planning, and I probably will take that with me wherever I go.
That's great. And throughout your 3 years in media, what's been your favorite memories?
I don't have a favorite memory in particular, but my favorite part of any project would be just going to my friends and then planning out a video together and having fun while shooting the video.
Definitely. And what advice would you give to younger media students?
The advice I would give would be to tell stories that you want to tell. Tell them how you want to tell it, and be proud of any project that you produce.
That's great storytelling advice. And what's next for you?
So I am going to University of Wisconsin-Madison to study chemistry, but I will be taking a minor in media communications. And even though I won't be pursuing media as a career, I'll still keep it in my life as like a hobby or like a side thing.
That's so great. It was amazing talking to you today.
Of course.